Hey everybody, I got a lot of people asking me about what's going on with this bear market in the cryptocurrencies. And guys, just relax. Remember, November was a great month. December was an even better month. So now here we are in January, and things have kind of been in a bear market here. I don't know if I call it an official bear market. I guess it's getting near it though. But things have been going down. Has a little stability, then it goes down. Has a little stability, then it goes down. Now, the reason for this, and don't forget, we recently had a scare from, not a scare, but we had South Korea. Some guy in the government there saying that South Korea was going to ban cryptocurrencies. So that put a damper on the market for about 3 or 4 days, right? Turns out that was he wasn't a reliable source. He was a person in the government, but he had no authority to make such a announcement or a claim. So that died down. Market started to level off, started to come up a little bit. Then a few days later, China starts saying something about they're going to start regulating cryptocurrencies and keeping and enforcing their bans a little bit more and all that kind of stuff. So that brought the market back down again. So that's two bad pieces of news in January. So then, people said, well, China, we already know about China. So things started to level out and cool off a little bit and started to level off and start to come back and come back up. And then you had India come out and say that they're going to start regulating and stop letting people in India invest in cryptocurrencies. So that put a damper on the market. So now you got 3 countries with 3 forms of bad news all coming out. And then you had the USA before that saying they're going to start taxing your trades in cryptocurrencies, and followed by a couple of companies that, some people are calling them scams, some people are just calling them legit, but just, not being totally truthful. But you had BitConnect and Tether within the last week and a half, both come out with, stories that maybe shook people up and the market up as well. So don't forget, you had a month and a half of really great gains. And now naturally, just on that alone, that could cause the market to, have a little downturn, a little recovery, a little breather before it starts going up. And I believe that, it wasn't going to go down as far as it did until those 3 countries came out with their bad news, the taxes, just like I call it the perfect storm of bad news. And it all kind of happened all in the month of January, late December, early and mid-January. And that is what we're suffering the repercussions of right now. However, the volume is still strong. There's still $500 billion being invested in cryptocurrencies. Now, don't forget, we've got tax returns coming up. We also had one more thing just to pile on that perfect storm before I go into the positives. We had, the holidays, Christmas. People are broke. People had to probably take money out of their cryptocurrencies to pay off their credit card bills that they're paying 29% on. So that's like 6 or 7 things all in a span of about 3 or 4 weeks that all were a drag on this market. Now, end of the negativity. We're going to start looking forward to the positive stuff. Positive stuff. All right. We've got tax returns. Like I said, tax returns are going to start coming back in. People are going to have some extra disposable income. Maybe a couple $1,000s, maybe $5,000, $6,000, $7,000. I think a lot of people are going to take, just try buying a few Bitcoins, or maybe not a few, but buying a part of a Bitcoin or a few Litecoin or a few Ethereum or whatever else, if they're already kind of familiar with cryptocurrencies, are going to start dabbling in there a little bit. And I think that is going to start happening mid to late February. That's usually when, that money starts rolling in for people. So I think that's going to be a big positive. A few other things that I see happening. Now, the dollar is getting weaker, but don't forget, in cryptocurrencies, it's a world currency. It can be traded in pretty much every country besides maybe North Korea. Now, that being said, it doesn't just depend on how the American dollar is doing. if the franc or the euro is, losing value, people are going to want to put their money in something that's holding its value. And if the cryptocurrency market starts to edge up and stabilize, I think you're going to see money start to trickle in there from those countries that are losing value in their dollar. Now, I know the US dollar has been losing a lot of value as well. I know President Trump said he wants to make it strong again, but I don't know what he anticipates as a time frame on that, and I'm thinking he's not anticipating in the very near future. I think he actually wants to make the dollar a little bit weaker so we can be competitive as far as wages and salaries and trade go. If our dollar's too strong, people won't be able to buy our goods. If our dollar's weak, then they'll be able to buy our stuff. So I think that's a little bit of play on words that he used there. Don't quote me on that, but that's what I gathered from that. All right, so now you're going to take a look at the top of my head here. Sorry, guys, I'm holding my phone here and my arm's getting tired, so I'm trying a few different angles. So that being said, let me tell you what I think is going to happen with cryptocurrencies in this year coming up. I think you're going to see a little bit of a flight to quality coins. I think you're going to see people start to go into coins with good reputations that have been around for a while, that are not fly-by-night companies, that seem to be a little bit safer, especially with all these swings in the market. I think another thing to look at is news that's coming out on coins. If a coin looks like it has some good news coming on it in the future, it's probably going to be a good time to get in it at least 4 weeks ahead of time if possible, and that way you can really appreciate the gains as the news comes out. Before it comes out, it's going to drive that price up, 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 up. Now, a lot of times the price will go down before the news comes out. People will buy on the speculation and sell on the news, which seems to be a little bit odd because news usually means good things. But when a lot of people start to drive that price up, a lot of people realize that those gains have been made already, and they do sell out. So keep an eye on those types of coins. I would say keep an eye on Litecoin, Ethereum, Lisk, OMG, Neo, Monero, all good quality coins. I think you're also going to have people that are unfamiliar with cryptocurrencies that want to go in and dabble. They want to get into something that is maybe not Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin's going to do well. It's going to do good as well because Covenhood, an exchange, just signed up over 1 million people from what I understand. That exchange opens tomorrow, February 1st. So that's going to be potentially 1 million people going in, and they're only going to be able to buy Ethereum and Bitcoin for now. So it might be a good time, just saying, to maybe put a little money in Ethereum and Bitcoin today and see what happens over the next 2 weeks, see if people start jumping in and buying there. And the advantage of Covenhood is that there's going to be no fees. So right now you got Coinbase, but they have fees on every trade that you make, and they're backed up. Sometimes you can't get your money in there. Sometimes you can't even make the trades that you want because they're so backed up. I think they even had trouble starting new accounts for a while because they just don't have the technology. They're just not ramped up to speed for all the demand for cryptocurrencies. Now this Covenhood is ready to go. It's going to be a big exchange. Right now they're only going to have the 2 cryptocurrencies on there, Bitcoin and Ethereum, but they're going to be adding more, and they're going to be adding quality coins as well. From what I hear, they're going to have about 15 coins within the next 6 months or so, maybe sooner. So that is awesome. That's going to help drive the cryptocurrency market up as well. Sorry, I'm getting a little ahead of myself here, talking a little bit too fast because I want to keep this video under 10 minutes. A couple other things you're going to want to look at are going to be coins that people can relate to. So new people get into cryptocurrencies and they're like, I'm buying a coin that I can't hold in my hand, and what is its value and what does it do? I think the coins that people can relate to that actually have a tangible asset are also going to be valuable coins this year as people start to enter the market that are new to cryptocurrencies. And when I say a tangible asset, I'm talking about things like VeChain, Modem, Wabi, and VeChain, Modem, Wabi, and there is one other one escaping my mind right now. But, oh, I'm sorry, Walton, probably the best one. Okay, these 4 companies make RFID labels that go on products to prevent counterfeiting and tampering, which people can wrap their minds around that. So they put this little RFID label over baby formula. People can go up with their phone, scan the RFID code on there, and on their phone it'll tell them if that product is legit, if it's been tampered with. It can actually track the item from where it started, where it was manufactured, where it was delivered to, what warehouse it was stored in, right to the grocery store, right when they're buying it. So they know everything that's gone on with that product. Things like insulin that need to be kept under a temperature and meats that need to be refrigerated. These RFID scans are going to tell you if the temperature has gone up above an acceptable temperature for these types of medicines and foods to be stored at. And now if they're not, you'll get a red X on your phone. That means don't buy it. I think people are going to love that. Now, as far as consumers go, they're going to love it. Now, this is also going to be huge in the market as far as knockoffs like purses, electronics, computers. You know, there's so many things that are knockoffs that even those Beats headphones, I remember those were selling for hundreds and hundreds of dollars, but you can buy the knockoffs for like, $100. And, people just thought they were getting a good deal, but it turns out that they were just fakes. So with these labels on there, people will know for sure if they're overpaying for something that's crap or if it's the real deal. So I think that's something tangible that people can wrap their minds around, for an example. So keep an eye out for those types of cryptocurrencies as well. I'll be back hopefully tomorrow, God willing, with another video for you. But I want to try to start doing these hopefully daily, depending on I still work full time and everything, but at least a couple times a week for you, all right? Peace out. God bless. Joe Knows Cryptos. Hey.